Have you ever wondered what lies beneath the surface of the world's greatest secrets? Imagine a place so ancient, so secret, that even the Vatican's own cardinals whisper about it in fear. Imagine a prison built not for men, but for the angels that once defied heaven itself. And imagine, just for a moment, being the one chosen to stand guard over them and you'll never leave. Welcome, traveler, to a story that unravels the very fabric of faith, fear, and sacrifice. I was Dominic Gray, and this is the tale of how I became the last warden of the Vatican's Forbidden Hollow. Welcome to Tales Mythology channel. Help me subscribe, like the channel, and ring the bell to not miss the next interesting videos. You don't come to a place like Ilavo unless you're running from something. For me, it was 23 years of caging America's worst monsters in a Nevada desert prison, day after day, watching evil grind men to dust, and dust to memory. I thought I understood darkness, but I was wrong. Nothing prepares you for the real abyss, the one you can't see, but feel gnawing at your soul. Why do some people walk willingly into the shadows? Maybe because it's the only place we feel at home after staring into it for too long. I used to believe evil wore a human face. That was my first mistake. A mysterious letter arrives, sealed in crimson wax, delivered by a man with eyes like voids. It offers a job, warden, classified Vatican site, deep in the Dumite Mountains. The pay, enough to buy silence, but not enough to buy back your soul. When the world's most powerful spiritual institution comes knocking, you don't say no. Not if you've spent your life hoping for meaning. Not if you're already haunted. Helicopter blades slice mountain air. Dominic, escorted by silent priests and soldiers, approaches a monastery clinging to the edge of the abyss. The air is thin, cold, and electric with old secrets. Every step downward is like slipping into another world, time slowing, reality bending. Dominic, the first thing you notice isn't the age of the place, or even the stench of incense and rust. It's the weight, not physical, but spiritual pressure behind the eyes, as if you're being watched by something ancient. Father Benedetto greets me, his hands trembling, his eyes haunted. Warden Gray, he says, Ilavo is not a prison. It is a bulwark. Personal note, some places are built to keep things in, others are built to keep things out. Ilavo is both. The descent begins, an elevator older than any living memory, levels marked in Roman numerals. As they pass deeper, the air gets colder, time warps. On the walls, engravings of judgment and redemption, shifting when you look away. The main corridor stretches like the nave of a twisted cathedral. 10 cells, 9 occupied. Each is an enigma, a riddle etched in holy iron and old blood. Dominic, they call them lycanthropy, the fallen. Not demons worse, angels who crossed a line even God cannot forgive. Here's the truth. The Vatican didn't just lock away monsters. They locked away the stories that shaped humanity. New insight. Throughout history, every culture has stories of beings cast down for pride or rebellion. The Greeks had the Titans, the Hebrews had the Watchers. What if all those stories led here? Cell 1, Azazel. Once beautiful beyond words, now horrifying in its broken grace. Azazel's gaze chills the blood. They say he taught humanity war and forbidden arts. Cell 2, Cockabeel. A singer whose song haunts the mind, driving men to madness and despair. Cell 3, the Scratcher. It carves secrets into stone, a map, a curse, no one knows. Cell 4, the Mourner Shamsiel. Never turns to face the door. Legends say if it does, the world will forget the sun. Cell 5, Gadriel the Whisperer. Knows the secrets of every soul, speaks in forgotten tongues, reveals memories you never shared. Cell 6, Somyaza the Tempter. Takes the shape of whoever you most long to see, promising impossible reunions. Cell 7, Empty. Also the records say, its door is heavier, sanctified. What could be so dangerous that even the church is afraid to speak its name? Cell 8, Borakil the Prophet. Foretells disasters that always come true, a Cassandra trapped in holy iron. Cell 9, Azrael the Destroyer. The angel of death. Its voice cracks stone. Cell 10, Empty for now. Personal reflection. We tend to think of evil as something other, something inhuman. But these creatures are mirrors. They show us the worst of ourselves: pride, temptation, despair, and the desire to know too much. The prison runs on ritual, not reason. Feeding time is dawn, and dusk not food, but a kind of spiritual communion. If the ritual fails, reality itself starts to fray. Dominic. I quickly learned the prison isn't just a cage. It's an ecosystem. The Caduti don't eat bread. They consume hope, memory, faith. The staff aren't guards. They're caretakers of the soul. But Ilavo changes you. My hair stopped growing. Wounds healed overnight. Time lost its meaning. The longer you stay, the more the outside world becomes unbearable, like sunlight after years in the dark. Analysis. Real-life prison staff speak of institutionalization, how the job shapes, sometimes breaks, the mind. Ilavo magnifies this 1,000-fold. Story. Brother Alejandro, the head guard, once listened to Cockabil's song too long. He woke up 3 days later, with his ears bleeding and a smile he couldn't explain. Dr. Cross, the psychologist, spends her days cataloguing staff madness and prisoner schemes, but even she dreams in ancient languages now. The longer Dominic serves, the more he hears whispers not with his ears, but in his soul. He glimpses memories of ancient wars, forbidden rituals, secrets that never made it into any scripture. Dominic. Cell 7 began to stir. Frost formed on its door, and something unseen pressed against reality. Then a guard was found, his eyes gone, tongue nailed to the altar, skin carved with writing no living scholar could decipher. The Vatican sent investigators. The verdict: containment breached. The order: evacuate and collapse the tunnels, sacrificing everyone within to save the world. Personal analysis. What would you sacrifice to keep evil at bay? Your sanity, your life, your very soul. In Ilavo, those aren't metaphors. They're the rules of survival. In the Vatican's hidden archives, Dominic finds centuries of journals, each written by a warden who vanished or died in office. The pattern becomes clear. Each warden becomes the final lock. Cell 7 is never empty. It holds the soul of the last guardian, transformed, holding the line. Dominic. The job was never meant to end. I wasn't hired to keep the fallen angels in check. I was recruited to become their anchor, the only thing holding reality together at this weak spot. The transformation began, slow at first, then all at once. My body changed. My mind stretched beyond human comprehension. I became what I had feared most, part of the prison, part of the defense, part of the legend. Real-life parallel. In history, those who guard secrets sometimes become them. Monks in silent monasteries, government agents erased from records, whistleblowers forced into hiding. The cost of knowledge is always sacrifice. In his final moments as Dominic, he learns the full scope. There are 47 such facilities, each anchored by a transformed warden. The fallen angels aren't prisoners, but partners, their power combined to keep back horrors beyond even their own understanding. The world is more fragile than you can imagine. The real war isn't fought with armies or bombs, but with sacrifice, faith, and the willingness to become the thing that guards the night. I was not just a warden. I became the lock, the guardian, the barrier between the end of everything and the fragile lives above. Every legend is born from truth, and every truth demands a price. The myth of the watcher on the walls, from the knights watching Game of Thrones to Buddhist monks in silent meditation, echoes through cultures for a reason. We all hope someone, somewhere, is standing guard while we sleep. Dominic, now Ragwell, stands watch, fused with the prison. He sees past, present, and future. Another warden somewhere else in the world receives a letter. The cycle endures. Humanity survives for now. We all hope to find meaning in sacrifice. For some, it's family. For others, it's duty. For me, it was a prison beneath a ruined church, a brotherhood of fallen angels, and the knowledge that even in the darkest place, someone must choose to stand the final watch. So next time you wonder if legends matter, remember this: some stories are true, and some sacrifices are forever.